Hey everybody, it's Brian with Applied Fitness and it is Transformation Tuesday. So today I want to talk about how to know if you are overeating. So a couple days ago I did a video on the 80-20 rule. And just to recap, the 80-20 rule applies to your transformation that as long as 80% of the time you're on track, you're eating healthy, you're exercising, you're doing the right thing as far as it comes to your health and wellness. It's going to be that 20% of the time that you're probably going to slip up, that you're going to slide, but that's okay. As long as it's the 80-20 rule applies, you're going to see momentum, you're going to see success. So I got a lot of feedback from that. People wanted to know, so they were, Brian, how do I know if I'm overeating? How do I know if I'm in the 80% or the 20%? So I want to talk today specifically about overeating and how to know some of the signs, because eating is very, very interesting. Exercise is easy. It's really the easy part. It's like you do it or you don't do it. It's done, check, or you didn't do it, it's a minus. Pretty quantitative, where eating, on the other hand, we eat for all different reasons. We eat for different variety of reasons, and that's what I want to talk to you about today, and that's what makes the eating part so much more challenging than the exercise part. So the first thing to know if you're overeating is we do it out of habit. Now, eating is a learned response. We learn it when we're young. We learn it whether it's situational, cultural reasons we eat, economical reasons that we eat when we're young, and we learn those habits, and sometimes we just eat out of habit and we don't really think about what we're eating or what we're doing. And some examples of that is we eat just what is served, and sometimes we just eat till it's done. We don't really listen to our body and think, all right, am I still full? Am I full? Am I still hungry? Am I just eating this because there's a big thing of pasta in front of here and I got to eat because there's kids starving in China, and at least that's what I was taught when I was a kid. And we just do it out of habit, and we need to kind of reframe that and think, am I hungry, or am I just eating because the food's in front of me? Am I just eating because it's 12 o'clock in the afternoon, or do I really want to eat because I'm hungry, or because my boss told me it's noon and it's my lunch break? So we eat out of habit. Number two is absent-mindedness. So if you're eating and you're absent-minded, that's probably an indication that you're overeating. And what I mean by that is, again, we're distracted. It's just the world we live in. And sometimes you'll find yourself at your desk eating, not even really thinking about it, or you're watching TV, you're driving. Distracted eating is very, very detrimental. Because what happens is you always end up eating more than you want to eat. You always eat more than you intend to eat when you're distracted. You always have the recollection of what you ate is always poor. So how that looks is, we always tell everyone that the best thing to do is to food journal, to actually write down what you're eating. And if you're distracted, sometimes it gets a little foggy. You start to think, if you eat something when you're distracted, you start to think, well, did I have 2 of those? Did I have 3 of those? Was that a half a cup, or was that a whole cup? So when you're distracted, you tend to eat more. It's just how we are, and we always minimize. So number 3 is something deeper, and you can tell if you're eating for the wrong reasons. And today we eat for many different reasons. Some of it's recreational. We're entertaining. We have food. We're mourning. We provide food. We use food to change mood. So if we're feeling down, sometimes we know that, well, that piece of cheesecake will make me feel good, or we will we're just bored, so we're like, well, let me see if there's something to eat. So you want to change your state, change your mind, change the way you're thinking about food, so that it's something deeper. So what I want you to do to overcome that is 3 things. Real quick. First is pay attention. What and how much you eat. So I want you to pay attention next time you're eating. Like, what am I eating? How much am I eating? And is this balanced? And those 2 things go together to make sure you're eating the right amount of food, you're eating till you're full, and also is it balanced, that you're not just eating carbohydrates, you're not just eating protein, not just eating fat, that you're eating balanced, and you know what and how much you're eating. And last is be tuned in. Before each meal, think about, all right, am I hungry? Am I eating emotionally, or am I really truly hungry? And a number 1 tip too, and this is so important, is eat slowly. Because sometimes we eat so fast that we don't even know that we're full until it's too late. So you always want to try and eat slowly, chew your food. That way it gives your mind enough time to catch up and realize that you're full. All right, so there's 3 tips to help avoid overeating, and I hope that helps. Transformation Tuesday. Have a great day. I love you guys.